Good evening. This is Mary Joseph from AJV Services coming live from Hamilton. Before we begin, let me quickly seems to be having okay, right. I'm now live on both the session on both YouTube and Facebook. So again, Kiara, I'm a licensed immigration advisor. Um, I'm coming live from Hamilton. So I come online every um, Thursdays. Normally I have missed the previous Thursday. I'm sorry about that, but yes, I think I had trouble with my internet. Yes, I had trouble with my internet, so I wasn't able to come online last week. But hopefully from this week onwards, now I'm on broadband because we had trouble getting fiber into this new property that I moved into. So finally we've got broadband. So I will be coming online without fail every Thursdays, and it's been a brilliant winter so far. It's been a few days. Today we in fact my colleague, before we get into the actual live sessions, I would I'll just give you updates about what's happening with us, what's happening with my colleagues, what's happening with the company, so that we could just wait for the viewers to come in and start posting queries and stuff. So in the meanwhile, we can just talk about and ramble. To begin with, Virginia, my colleague who was in Nelson, she's basically an ex-INZ officer. She was with Immigration New Zealand for about 11 years, I think, and then she came to New Zealand to study. And then she's one of our students, and then we offered her a full-time position, and now she's working with us, and she is assisting me, and she's also under training as a licensed advisor. She's going to go through the program herself very, very shortly, and she's going to be a licensed immigration advisor herself. And we are adding, as like Arun keeps telling, we are looking at adding uh, um, advisors every 6 months. So Virginia will be someone, and there's another colleague of mine from India who's also going to be passing out. So we are going to have a lot of advisors joining our team. So these advisors that are joining our team are people with experience in the industry in some capacity or the other. Like I said, Virginia and a couple of others are all ex-INZ officers who worked with Immigration New Zealand for a substantial amount of time, and they know what immigration instructions are and stuff like that. So we have some really, really good experienced people joining us. And then so she moved from Nelson to Hamilton. So that's the update this week. Now Virginia is based here in Hamilton with me, and we're still setting up the office. I'm sure some of you would have heard this before. We have an office. We have set up an office. Our first ever office in the world, a physical office, is here based in New Zealand. The rest of the team, we're a team of about 35 people, but we all work from home. We do an amazing job with no exception, even though we do not have an office. Okay, so this is our first physical office ever in the world, and that's here in Hamilton. So the address is 426 Victoria Street. All those interested here in Hamilton, in Auckland, it's quite close. Rotorua is close. Tauranga is close. So Bay of Plenty, all these people around these areas. If you're driving through Hamilton, please feel free to come in and stop in and say hello to us. We are there. Myself and Virginia are there 9 to 5 every day of the week, except for the weekends, though. Yes, of course. And you're free to walk in. This is an open invitation to our students as well. But we are planning to have a formal inauguration and things like that very, very soon. Now that's about the team. In fact, also the extended team in India was in Mumbai for 3 days. We had our first ever, seminar and workshop in Mumbai, and Arun is still in India. He was there, and he conducted a session. It was also this was there was a live from Mumbai for that session. It's a good 1.5 hour session. If you guys haven't watched it, please watch it. It's great information. And also then subsequent 2 days, my team was undergoing a lot of a lot of in-depth training about the entire system, about how immigration works and things like that. And counseling and course counseling and things like that. So they've had an amazing session, and yeah, so that's about the company. That's about what's happening. INZ delays, not much is happening there. Still, there are delays. The last email that I got about partnership visas, if any of you are interested to know, I've got an email today, this morning, from a team lead at INZ Mumbai, that they're still allocating applications from January. Actually, she said December, January. So December last year. So if you're going to ask me about partnership visas, I have the same update. I do not have anything else. And yeah, and resident visas are going to take 12 months. So this is the standard INZ timelines at the moment. Okay, so let's jump into questions. Some comments are coming in. Before I go ahead and give immigration advice, I am required to provide my license number, which is 2018011050. You can go up on the IAA website and check. This is my license card, yeah, with my photo and stuff. So that is issued by Immigration Advisors Authority, which is the government body here, which regulates our licenses and issuance of licenses, and whether we're doing a good job or not. So that's my license, and please do not take immigration advice from any unlicensed advisors. It's not right, because we study a course before we actually do give immigration advice. Okay, so right, let's jump into questions. Some ground rules for this session: if you are an AJV student, start with saying, hey, you know what, I'm an AJV student, and that's my question. If you are still based in India, you can give me your advisor's details or your case officer's details. And if you're a non-AJV student and you'd like to work with us, or you want information, then I would request you to please give out your contact details. Give out your contact details and your email address and a phone number, so that we can reach you. Only if you have mentioned these, I will be able to give the answer to your questions. Okay, because often the communication gets disconnected, and we find it best if people share their phone numbers with us to be able to reach back to them. Okay, brilliant. So let's jump in. I've got my brilliant team on backup. I see some of our other clients coming in as well. I have one of my ex-colleagues and also our student, Prakash Prasanna is here. Hi, Prakash. Then we've got my rest of the team from all over the world joining in. And the first one is Ankit, who says, Kia Ankit. Ankit Wagila is one of our students, a newbie here in New Zealand, a fresh Kiwi. So he's just come in, and I think he's settling in. So that's good. And yeah, that's great. Next, Ankit, I hope things are well. So just stay in touch with us and stay in touch with Virginia, okay? Right, the next one is Shabir Bhatt says, watching from India occupied Kashmir. Okay, looks like he wants to share his location. That's fine. Then we've got Vijay Ukalkar, who also arrived last week, who's here. Hi, Vijay. Thanks for your call, by the way. Yes, I think yesterday we spoke, so it was good to talk to you. And the next question is from Syed Fusail, who says, Kiora, first of all, thank you very much for your services. I got a part-time job as a sales assistant, pretty good salary. I am studying level 8 applied management. Will this experience be counted as relevant to my course? A very interesting question, Syed, but I think you might have to come back and leave me your number. Also, if you're based here in New Zealand, you can call me directly. I would prefer to talk to you in person and understand this, because yeah, you say sales assistant, but I need to see what your job description is. I understand what you might be asking, saying, okay, is that going to be good enough for my resident visa if that becomes full time and stuff like that? So maybe not, but I need to look at your job description. Okay, so please give me a call. My number this is a toll-free number here in New Zealand, which is 0800 696977. Basically, it equates to 0800 my NZPR. Okay, that's going to be easier for you to remember. So Yeah, so please contact us on that number. Either myself or Virginia will connect with you, and we'll help you with your questions. Okay. um I mean, Virginia is non-unlicensed, so she'll basically take information on my behalf, and she will share it with me, after which I can talk to you about this. Okay, no problem. Okay, next question we've got Venkat Rao, who's a YouTube query. um, Venkatrao says, "Hello, ma'am. I started working with AJV. I'm applying for masters of professional accounting in different universities. Which universities are good? Can you please suggest me?" Venkat, there are only very few universities that offer something in professional accounting. Okay, so I don't think you can be too picky and choosy about which university is good. Getting admission is extremely difficult, especially for a program like professional accounting. By the time you start getting offers, I think you're left with be left with only one or two universities. But I'd like to kind of caution you. Master of Professional Accounting is a very intense program. Okay, if you're not confident about your accounting skills, about your passion for accounting, please do not do that program, because I have seen some students not faring too well, just being over ambitious about the subject, come and struggle, and they have failed. That's because they were just borderline in their previous degrees. Okay, we don't want you to come here and fail, so just be a bit careful about that. Unless you have really extreme levels of, just because it is professional accountants are in shortage, it's on the long term skill shortage and stuff, like, please don't take up the program, because it's going to be tough and challenging. Okay, so please be careful about it and act wisely. Okay. Yeah, so if you have good scores, then I think you should be all right. But if your scores are borderline and you're not really, you're doing it just for the sake of, please don't. Okay. Okay, Venkat, I hope I've answered that question of yours. Okay, next question. Madhusudan Suresh says, "Hello, ma'am. I'm Madhusudan, 30 years of old. I have done my AL exam 2008 in mathematics, and after that I completed diploma in English language course, and now I have 8 years of experience in wood industry. Now I am working as a production executive with Lima Interior. Meanwhile, I have completed NVFQ level 3 Woodscraft. Can I apply for New Zealand student visa?" Okay, Madhusudan, I'll say yes. But if you want me to give you any more information, you will have to share your phone number, because it looks quite interesting with your profile. But you will need to contact us for that. Okay, so just leave your number. I'll be able to come back and answer that question for you. Okay, right. So the next question is from. Okay, so this looks like it's another Madhusudan Son Kanal. Okay, that's in Hindi. So I'm so sorry, my Hindi's gone bad. It's been years that I've read Hindi. Definitely that's Madhusudan, and I think it's Kanal. Okay, Kanal. He says, "What is the issue with partnership visas? It's been more than 6 months. I've lodged my visa. My spouse have already finished her level 7 and got a 3 years post study. How long will it take and till I get my visa?" Okay, if I am Madhusudan, I'm not sure if I don't think you're one of our clients. So I cannot tell you how long it's going to take, because um, unless you're a client, I don't think I'll be able to answer that question. I've been trying my best to get updates for all our clients. For a few, we have been able to get. For a few, we have not been able to, unfortunately. So I would recommend you to talk to your advisor if you've applied through an advisor. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so he comes back and says, "I'm Madhusudan from Nepal." Okay. Okay, well, so then you'll have to talk to your advisor on this. I'm sorry about that. Next question is from Ahmed Mahfouz. It's a YouTube query. So Ahmed says, "If I apply English course pathway to masters, as my IELTS is 6, is there any effect on getting my visa?" Okay, so a pathway programs are available at the moment, but I don't know why you are looking at a master's program If your English is a bit weak, even if you do a pathway program, you will kind of struggle to get a 6.5, and eventually you might also have struggles to finish your course. So I'm sorry. So I think you will need to do a proper assessment of where you stand, Emma, then see what you're eligible for. Pathway programs are great, but then what will happen is you'll end up spending at least about 12,000 to $15,000 more on just an English pathway program, which you could rather use elsewhere. Rather, spend some more time and get the required English, because it's extremely critical for you to do that. Once you come here, it's going to be tough if your English levels are low. Okay, so I would recommend you to please be careful about the pathway programs. It's okay for people whose English is very, very good, but because of some reason could not meet the English. Also, it's easier to spend a few. I think you're messaging from +88 must be, I don't really know which country code this is, but one of the it's definitely not Pakistan. Okay. So, or any other region. So, yeah, so I'm saying you will need to take your English. I'd prefer you to do that. Okay. So, please take proper IELTS coaching. Take IELTS again and then come in. You'll end up saving a lot of money. Okay. And efforts. Right. Next question is from Farhad. Farhad says, I'm looking for a job. I have experience for more than 27 years as a professional driver and supervisor for vehicles maintenance and repair. If you're interested about me, then write to me. Or okay, Farhad, I'm sorry, we do not offer jobs at the moment, and these kind of trade jobs are even more difficult here in New Zealand. So I would recommend you to either apply online by yourself, or it is close to impossible to get jobs when you apply online, because you're overseas, and it's very difficult for them to reach out to you and kind of make an offer and things like that. So I sorry guys. So I would recommend you to explore, but then it will be a futile effort is what I feel. If you have some qualification already from your home country, we could possibly suggest you a student visa. But if you're 27 already, I'm thinking you're probably close to about 45 or 46 years of age. So we will need to examine your options. So just send us an email to info@ajvglobal.com, and we could advise you any further options available. Send your CV as well along with that, please. Thank you. Okay, Farhad has posted. Oh wow, Farhad has posted the same query thrice. Okay, Farhad, we have received your question. Don't worry. Okay, next question is from Mastan Ali Khan Patan, who says, hello, hey, I would like to know, if I choose a level 9 program in Auckland, does I be will be, okay, do I get a 3 years post study work visa? So Mastan, first of all, you have not shared your question, sorry, your phone number. Please share your phone number. I will come back and answer to your questions. Okay. Right. The next one is from Bhavik Patel. Bhavik says, I am a mechanical engineer. I want job. Okay, so this is something that we've been telling over and over, that applying for jobs when you're overseas is a futile effort, purely because employers are unable to do any kind of a verification or as such on your profile. It is difficult to check for anything on your background. Hence, hence employers rely on resources available within the country. So those resources are ideally students or people on work visas. Okay, so it's more than likely you will not be selected unless you have a lot of work experience to fall back on, and you've got probably a master's qualification then, and you've done work on a lot of projects, then possibly employers may be willing to look at it, because purely because of the skill shortage. However, unless you make an application online, you will not know. So Bhavik, please send us an email to info@ajvglobal.com. We'll respond to you about any other pathways available, please send your CV of yourself and of your wife. If you've got work experience, please do reach out to us and share those CVs so that we can help you further. Okay, right. I'm gonna quickly take a break and have a sip of water because of the weather over here. It's my throat's drying up quite a bit. While I also quickly check for some messages from my team. Okay, just give me a second. Thank you. Okay, Mastan Ali. Okay, my team has just Mastan, my team has just told me that you are working with us. You're working with Jagrati, and he says that you are keen to go to Welltech for Wellington campus. But Mastan, you want to look at a level 9 in Auckland. I'm wondering what exactly is, because Welltech doesn't normally have level 9 programs. So I'm wondering what kind of a program you're looking at. Team, if you can please elaborate. So because all courses which are level 8 and above that you study anywhere in New Zealand basically has a 3 years post-study work visa. Okay, if you are going for a program lesser than a level 8, that is level 7, if you're studying in Auckland, then you get only 2 years 1 year post study work visa. Anywhere outside Auckland, it is 2 years post study work visa. Okay, courses lesser than level 7, there's only 1 year post study work visa. Okay, I hope I've been clear about that, Mustan. So I have a word with your advisor about your program, because I am seeing a lot of difference in what you are asking me and what is available at Welltech. So I think you should have a word with your advisor, and she will be able to assist you better on that. Okay? Yes. And hope to see you soon, Mastan, here in New Zealand. Okay? Thank you. Okay, next question. Hi Shipra, good to see you online. It's been a while that I've been online, so good to see you. And we've got O'Neill Pandit also, who's come online. O'Neill says, "Hi Mary, good to see you online after a long time. Thank you for all your help. AJV is the only way to go." O'Neill, thank you so much for being such an amazing client, and his wife also, Anita, is also joining. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much, and wish you guys all the best too. Thank you. So Mastan also comes back and adds, he says, given me his number. Thank you so much, Mastan, but my team has already told me that you work with us. So that's great. I am an AJB client and felt so happy with the service provided till now. Thank you for replying for my query. This is the first time someone read my query from the AJB live sessions. Thank you so much, Mastan, and I'm surprised that your queries have never been answered, or maybe this is the first time you're posting a query. But yeah, we're happy that that's what the goal of these sessions are. That myself and Arun come live twice a week. That's because that we would like to provide this kind of an advice to our own students who are wishing to come to New Zealand. It's more than anything for you guys. Okay, so feel free to come in and ask questions. We'll be more than happy to answer, and we'll continue this support also once you come here to New Zealand. Okay, and I'm certain that you'll be happy even after you come here. Okay, because it's going to be this side, myself and Virginia, who will assist you with everything. Okay, so yeah, so just come in without any worries or any confusions, I would say. Okay, thank you, Mastan. Next question, we've got Asif Shafi, who says, "Hello, ma'am. I've completed my MSc Biotechnology. What career opportunities are there in New Zealand for me? I am very interested. I'm very interested in doing PhDs through scholarship offered in New Zealand. Do you work in this domain also? Moreover, ma'am, if that is not possible, may I know what kind of job opportunities are there in New Zealand for me? I am from Jammu and Kashmir. I have 5 years of teaching experience. Okay. Ashif also has come back and added his phone number. Asif, thank you so much for that detailed query. Um, PhD applications are quite challenging, purely because you will need to find a supervisor for yourself. Okay. Most universities, I'd say all the universities, do not encourage us agents to directly approach them with an application and say, hey, you know what, find a supervisor. No, they would like the student to reach out to the department themselves and present their research topic and find a supervisor. The university websites do list the research topics that the university professors are working on or interested in. So that is available on the university website. Based on that, you can finalize and go up to a university professor and say, hey, you know what? I mean, obviously via emails, but you say, this is what I'm interested in, see my project, and things like that. The fees is basically a domestic fee. It's not international fee. Normally, international fees is about $25,000 to $30,000 for a university 1 year study, but PhD students get domestic fee status. So because of that, what happens is they only pay about $4 or $5,000 per annum, and each year is about each course about 4 years. However, please be aware that your living expenses have to be still shown. Now, there are a few universities giving scholarships. There's no guarantee though. And I have seen some of the PhD students get scholarship as well, because they'll say that they've got they would have had some amazing topics, and which are further government funded and things like that. So because you're in MSc biotechnology, there is a possibility, and biotechnology is a future growth area for New Zealand. So you need to start with writing a research proposal and reaching out to the universities. Once you find a professor willing to do that, then you can email me and say, hey ma'am, I've got this, so can you please now help me with the rest of the process. So then that's when a formal application is made. Okay, so give us a call once that is done. Yeah, you can write to info@ajvglobal.com, and then my team will get into action in getting you the admission price. Okay, we don't at the moment. We work with all universities except for University of Auckland and Massey. So if you so please feel free to contact us if it's any of these universities, or even if it's the other two, doesn't matter. Just give us a call. We'll be able to sort the admission out for you. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Coming back, we've got Venkacha who comes back and he says, "Ma'am, I have another doubt." No problem. You're an AJV client, so we'll be more than happy to answer to you, Venkat. So you say that I have another doubt. I'm not able to find any placement percentages or detailed salary accounting information for Masters of Professional Accounting. Can you tell me, is it really worth 30 lakhs? Are you serious? You're talking to me about placement percentages. First of all, who told you there are placements in New Zealand? If any of my team members have, then I'm going to take that seriously, because none of the universities in New Zealand do placements. So if you're thinking that universities, oh, I'm going to study at a university and they're going to place me with an amazing job, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry, because universities do not engage in placements. They do industry projects, they do industry tie ups where they introduce you to the industry, but they do not do any guaranteed placements. Okay, so if you're looking at detailed salary information, there's tons of information. Please understand, just because you have a master's in professional accounting doesn't mean that the salaries are not based on the qualifications, are based on the skill level and the job position. Okay, job salaries are always based on job position here, and the job position, if you work it backwards, job position is based on the skills that you have and experience that you have. Just because you have a master's degree, you will not get whatever worth salary that you think. Again, spending 30 lakhs or not is up to you totally, seriously, because I have seen people spending barely anything and getting a 90K salary, you know. So they would have spent only about 20,000 New Zealand dollars, which is barely 10 lakhs. And, but they've got 90,000 salary. I've seen people who have spent $35,000 and have landed at 60,000 salary. So it works like it works differently. It doesn't work on, oh, I've got a 30 lakh fee, so I think I will get a fancy. It doesn't work like that. It works on your skills and how good you are in the job. So whether it's worth or not, it's something that you need to calculate it, because please understand that people, in all skilled jobs, there will be levels, and I believe accountants will start somewhere around 47 to $50,000, just basic accountants. So go on to go check on Google. There are pay scales. Trade Me also, and careers.com also mentions salary scales. So please have a look at it and then you will understand. Right. Next question we have. Okay, next comment is from Mastan. He comes back and he says, "I thought you are Jagrati." Okay, that's strange. How do you think that I'm Jagrati? Hmm. Okay, no problem. Um, Venkat, I just got a note from my team saying Nisha will call you to talk to you and clarify whatever further doubts you have. Okay. Uh, Sorry. Mastan, my colleagues have just come back and said that you've applied for a Master of IT at Welltech. Now we are thinking of Auckland and wants to go there. I'd say if you're going to Welltech, Wellington, you should be fine, because Wellington is also a big city, and I've seen a lot of people move between Wellington and Auckland. So you will be fine if you're going to be down in Auckland, okay? Or sorry, in Wellington. There's no harm if you go to Auckland. However, please understand that you won't get those additional 30 points that you need. Besides that, Auckland's expensive. The government themselves are saying, yeah, please declutter Auckland and get out of um, the city and try and go to the other towns. So I would recommend you to seriously look at Wellington as an option. Okay, Mastan? Okay. Next question, we've got Rajesh Radhakrishnan, who says, "What are the chances for dentists in New Zealand? I have completed masters and I have 16 years of experience." Okay, so dentists come under occupations that need registration. So you will need to get your registration in place. So you will have to go to the Dental Council website and see what is the process for that. And yeah, so uh, we have not done a lot of these occupational registration kind of jobs, especially in the health industry. They're quite complicated. Yes, I have done a few CAP cases already, which is nursing programs. We do have a few other doctors who've come through pathway programs, like they have done health management and then eventually got their registration and license in place. So there are alternate pathways, Rajesh, that if you're interested, please send us an email at info@ajvglobal.com and we'll be able to help you further. Okay, thank you. Mastan Ali comes back and says, "Thanks for the information, no problem." Next, we've got Sanjay Soni. He says, "Completed M.Pharm July 2019. Want admission in PhD. IELTS 6 band." Okay. Sanjay, first of all, it's not bend, it's band. So I think you need to work on your English because your English is weak. You need to get an IELTS of 6.5 overall with no band less than 6 and have extremely good levels of English, especially with writing. If you have trouble with writing, getting a PhD is almost close to impossible. Even getting a master's by research, which will be a 1 year program, is going to be difficult in New Zealand. Without that IELTS score, you don't qualify. So please work on your English first and then come back to us and we'll be able to help you. Okay. Next question we've got Mohammed Salim says, "All the times the immigration calls for interview or may refuse to accept without." Okay, Salim, I really don't know what your question means. Are you asking me whether they will call you or not? I don't really understand your question. Can you please come back and elaborate that for me? Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna take a sip of water. I've had a crazy long day. We drove all the way up to Auckland and back. Um, it was obviously a 3.5 hours drive, and then it started raining, and I'm so exhausted already because I don't know if a lot of people are aware, we are working to the morning shifts now. Earlier we used to do work from 5 in the evening and go up to late in the night, and because I've got a team back in India, and so I used to work to that time, but now I'm focusing only on New Zealand and the services here. So we work to 9 to 5 at the Hamilton office. So because of which I'm already at the end of my day and my battery charge. So that's why if my energies are a little low, please excuse me for that. Okay. And I'm also tired with all the talking all day. Okay. Next question. Asif comes back and says, thanks a lot for such a detailed answer to my query. No problem, Asif. Now I even forgot what your question was. Okay. I'm glad it was helpful. No problem. Next question, Shazeb Marwat says, I want admission in MSc. Would you tell me Master of Okay, would you tell me Master of Computer Science? Your question is incomplete, Shazeb. Can you come back and please finish your question, plus also give me your phone number? Sorry, without your phone number, I won't be able to answer. Yeah? Okay, great. Thank you. Next question is from Dilu Eldo Babu. Says, I am a BTech graduate, 9 years of experience in electrical and instrumentation field. What are my chances? Dilu, again, the same thing. I don't know what do you mean by what are your chances. Are you looking at a resident visa? If you are, please be aware that you will need to have, a certain criteria, 160 points, or plus you need to have a master's in New Zealand or a job offer letter. I could, however, assess to see if you may qualify for a job, skilled migrant job search visa. Please send me an email with your and your wife's CVs to immigration advisor. It's immigration advisor, SER, not SOR. There are a lot of people who write to SOR and say, okay, the email ID is bouncing the emails. So that's wrong. That's because you're typing the incorrect email address. So it's immigration advisor with an E. Please at ajvglobal.com, immigration advisor at ajvglobal.com. Please send your CVs. I will assess and come back to you on that. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we've got some more people joining in. Hi, Aaron. Thanks for coming online. Really appreciate this. Aaron's one of our students who came, I think almost, not Aaron, his wife came in about 2 years ago. So, yeah, great to see you online. Hi Azad, thank you so much for making the efforts of coming in and putting in your comments. Azad is also one of our clients. He's not our student though, but he's one of our immigration clients. So he says, good work. Thank you for your hard work. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate Yazad. Okay, next. Okay, so we've got someone who's given me a negative feedback. I've always got people who keep telling me good things, but feedback always is good, and that makes you better. So Ogab Salha says, you only talk sweet, but when comes to reality, I'm so upset with your service. Okay, Salha, I really don't know what you're talking about. Team, can you please quickly find out if anybody is in touch with Salha? In the meantime, Salha, I would request send me an email so that I can personally look into this concern of yours. I'm not really sure what the concern is. Please feel free to send me an email, or if you want to type, in my inbox and send me an inbox message, I will personally look into this. We really take feedback quite seriously, and it is our way of improving our own services, our internal processes. Sometimes when you're doing something for a very, very long time, you assume it's working, and it's working right unless somebody points it out to you. So we'll be very happy to actually take your feedback and see if there is something wrong in our system, that or any of our team members are not doing something right. Okay, so please send me an email to immigrationadvisor@hvglobal.com. I will have a look at it, and I will look into this personally and see what the problem is. Okay, I'll be happy to get a response from you on that. Okay. Okay. So I'm not sure if you've come back and added some more points. Okay. Next question is from Shia Sagar. You say, "Hi, I want to apply for PR. I have 9 years of experience in IT quality consultant. That's good. My highest qualification is BTech mechanical. Ooh, mechanical. That's trouble. Okay. How good are the chances for getting a PR? Would like to know more on the PR process. Okay. This is this is a bit of a trouble that you do not have a qualification which is related to your study. So what I would recommend you to do is send me your CVs to immigrationadvisor@jvglobal.com, yours and your wife's if you're married. Send me your CVs and I will do an assessment and come back to you and advise you the options, because um, we will have to do a bit of checking back with the policy about your situation. Okay, so just send me your CVs. I'll have a look at it and I'll come back to you, Sagar. Okay, thank you so much. Team, I am able to look at your feedback that you're giving me about Salha. So I've asked Salha to anyway send me an email. I think it's Salah. Okay. I've asked Salah to actually send me an email. Salah, please send me an email, because my team has given me feedback about what is happening on his end. Okay. So I there seems to be a bit of a problem because of your previous applications. I don't think I really want to talk a lot about it on this live session, Salah, but can you please send me that email, okay, um, with about your previous applications. Just send me an email as an attachment. I'm going to have a word with my team as well, okay, and find out what the problem is, because there seems to be that they are waiting for some information from you. Yeah, so that's what my team tells me. They're waiting for some further information from you. um I think I'm just going to wait for your email, and just send me an email, and then I will assess it, and I will give you the options. If it's not going to be possible, we're not going to waste your time. We're going to tell you bluntly, saying, okay, it's not going to be possible and it's going to be difficult. Okay. So, yeah, so just send me that email, and I think we'll discuss it from there. You have not sent us any documents yet, so you will need to send us the previous application decisions along with the documentation as to why the decisions were so. Send me an email, or you can send it to Aniket because you were in touch with him. And we'll see what can be done, because there's no point of you asking for an update without you sharing your total documentation and information that we requested. Okay, you will have to send us that information first. Yes, we sweet talk, but we deliver at the same time as well, provided we have our clients to cooperate with us. That's very, very important. Okay, it is important to be frank and friendly and frank. Yeah, we are friendly, and at the same time we are frank. If it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen, Silha. So send me that information, and I will be able to get back to you within about 2 days about whether it's almost weekend now. So just send it to me. If you're able to do it tonight, great. I'll be able to get back to you tomorrow itself. Okay, but if you do it over the weekend, then I will be able to respond to you by Monday. Okay, I hope that won't disappoint you further, that we're not responding to you. But yeah, we don't work on the weekends. Okay, please have a look and send me your details. Thank you. Next question. Okay, Shira Sagar comes back and says thanks for the update. Okay, that's great. Shahzeb Marwat says, sir, I have no information about this. about your this opportunity? Please guide me. Shazib, our job is a migration education migration consultant agent agency based here in New Zealand. We assist migrants who are qualifying for resident visas to apply to New Zealand. Besides that, we also assist with students to come to New Zealand through a student visa. Okay, so that's what we do. If you're interested, send in your information and we will do that. So we are almost coming close to the closing time. I'm just gonna, before I go away, I'm gonna quickly give you guys our contact details. So our contact information for all those who are calling us from or would like to call us in India, you have to call us on one. It's 1-800-180-6525. The email ID is info@ajvglobal.com. And if you would like to reach us here in New Zealand, we have our toll free number. If you're based within New Zealand, call us on our toll free number. It's 0800 696977, which equates to 0800 MyNZPR. If you're based in Hamilton, our address is 426 Victoria Street. We're available from 9 to 5 New Zealand time on the weekdays. Please feel free to walk in, no appointments required. And if you want to send us an email from any other part in the world, please write to immigrationadvisor@ajbglobal.com. I'm going to spell that out for you. Now it's immigration, IMMIGRATIONADVISER at ajvglobal.com. That's our email address. Please don't make a mistake of the spellings. Just send us an email and we'll take care of it. So thanks a lot for all those who come online, regularly and ask us questions. Okay, I'm gonna see if there are any more questions and wrap it up, okay? Because I'm just a bit exhausted at the moment. But I think we're also at the end of all the questions, so I think we'll be good to go. Jazad finishes off and says, "Have a good weekend and take good rest on the weekend with a glass of wine." Thank you so much, Jazad. I am going to, you know, this is, remember our deal. So Yazad basically is one of our students who actually works with winemaking company called oh, what was that? Villa Mariano. Okay, anyway, so he works with one of our winemaking company, and that's what talking to me about a glass of wine. Okay, yes, I'm going to get you your visa, and then we're going to talk about a glass of wine. Okay, you promised me a bottle of wine from your winery, so we're going to talk about that. Okay, so but Shazad, it's been amazing with your patience. Thank you so much, and I'm sure we're going to see you through this. Okay, thanks for that. I'm going to have a good, relaxing weekend. We've just got one more day. But yeah, things have been busy on this end for us, and we're looking forward to meet more and more people walking into our Hamilton office. You guys are free to walk in. We're open for business, okay? And I'm gonna wrap up now. I know we're just a bit too early, but we don't have many questions coming in. So yeah, so we will see you next week. I will see you next week. And thank you so much for coming in, all of you, and watching this edition week on week. Thank you very much, and thanks for the support team as always. Kakite, that means see you later in Maori. I've been picking up quite a bit of. I mean, I've been talking a few words here and there because we've got a lot of neighbors who speak, not neighbors as in neighbors, here in the office. We have a lot of people who keep walking around and speak, they say kia ora and then they say kakite and things like that. So I've kind of picked up a few apart from that, so it's great learning a few Maori words here and there. So I can't speak as fluent as Arun does. Anyways, so thank you very much, guys. Good night. And I just keep talking like this. Chalo, good night. Thank you very much for an amazing session. Good night.